Thank you for that, Mrs. Rosenthal. 9 years ago, I stepped on foot on this campus, and I'll be the first to admit it, I kind of fell in love with this place. I even remember one of my first lessons taught by Mrs. Studer. It was something about railroads, I think. I'm sure it was probably very important. I can't even begin to acknowledge the help I miss Leshen, who to this day has been here with me every step of the way. I remember first seeing Jonathan deal him and getting beaten with his rubber chicken after mocking him for it. After that, we kind of just clicked, because that's how boys make friends. We have to hurt each other first. But that was back when I thought the Powerpuff Girls were hot. I've matured greatly since then. Or at least, I hope I have. In the 4th grade, I had no idea these little things would amount to such a roller coaster of a school life. Just like a real roller coaster, along with its intense, swooping highs, comes some amazing, scary, adrenaline-filled drops. But this ride has made me who I am today, so it couldn't have been that bad. I've been through a lot this year, from the passing of my first dog, Scooby, to my family issues. None of it was easy at all. Tears were shed, and it all hurt. But I came out the other side. I've learned that when you dwell on the bad, you're wasting precious energy that should be going towards moving forward to more important things in life. I would like to thank my parents for always supporting me and for everything they have done for me. I remember when I first heard that Mrs. Goodman had placed me in Honors English because she thought I was smart or something. I flipped out. In Honors English, we raced through one whole book in a week, do an essay on it, and move right to the next book. We don't really have breathing time in that class. Initially, I struggled immensely to keep up. After my classmates had turned in their papers, I'd be the one to ask, wait a second, we finished a book? And even though I repeatedly requested to be taken out of Honors English and was barely passing with a D, Mrs. Goodman believed in me and denied my request to drop out of the class. She told me to pick up my act, that I was better than what my grade was, and that if I decided to apply myself, I could be a great student. In addition, some of my classmates even laid some hard truths on me about my readiness for college, and I listened. Now I'm graduating with a solid B in Honors English, and I've never felt more accomplished. This tassel's killing me. Are there any teachers that have greatly inspired me? You betcha. First, Mr. Ramirez has such a way with words and explaining things that it makes me want to know more about his philosophy on life. We've spoken about college, and he helped open my eyes to the different realities about the behaviors of people. How the seemingly overnight metamorphosis of behavioral change from high school to adulthood is very real. He said, people change when they're in college. They realize that the things that worked for them in high school have expired, and it's time to move on with new jokes, new ways of life, and new self-guidelines to follow. These are words that I will take with me as I move ahead. Next, Mr. Silverman. In government, he'd ask us our opinion on different topics. If we agreed, we'd move to one side of the room, and if we disagreed, we'd move to the other. The middle would be for, what topic is this again? Without sharing his own point of view, he'd ask us about real-world political issues and encouraged us to form our own opinion that was based on knowledge, not just reaction. Plus, he taught us how to debate against one another, which helped a lot in home life with my mom. I'm sure he instantly became her favorite teacher at that point. I remember during my last IEP, Mrs. Rodney asked me, "What will you take away with you from Summit View?" And at the time, I didn't really know what my answer was. But now I think I do, and it is this. It doesn't matter if you have ADHD or process things slightly slower than others do, or even if you just have some weird little quirks, because you are you, and that is okay. I have a learning disability, and I struggle academically. I have felt like I couldn't go any further. But Summit View has helped me to realize that all I needed was a little kick of personal motivation. And with that little kick, I'm able to rise above and beyond all expectations. Standing here today, I am living, walking proof of that. Thank you.